This is one of 88 early voting locations across the city that have seen long lines and waits in excess of 2 hours. In fact, there's the entrance where people go to vote, and the line is already wrapped around the building, and you can see it stretches down the block here, and they're starting to stick people across the street and in other parts of the neighborhood as they wait to vote today. This is just the latest dysfunction we've seen from the New York City Board of Elections, which also met today. The mellow music outside the Park Slope Armory stands in contrast to the confusion and consternation outside.
I tried to vote on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and the lines were way unmanageable.
So Eileen Diaz was first online today by arriving 3 hours early.
A few more early voting polls would have been helpful.
This is also Mayor Bill de Blasio's assigned early voting location, and by the time he arrived, he had to walk to the end of a line that stretched around the corner 2 blocks away. He had harsh words for the Board of Elections while waiting.
They knew there was going to be a huge turnout. They weren't ready. They have more machines. We offered them resources in the past. They wouldn't take it.
The mayor and the governor don't agree on much, but they're both currently calling for a new way to run elections in the city.
The Board of Elections doesn't work. I mean, this is how many times we've been through this.
Though it's not quite fair to solely blame the Board of Elections for all the dysfunction and cronyism that's plagued its history. State law dictates Democratic and Republican Party bosses in each borough pick the commissioners that run the board, and city lawmakers and the mayor generally rubber stamp those picks. The commissioners oversee the elections of the same politicians who put them in charge, so there's no real incentive to do serious oversight.
A total of 349,124 New York City residents have voted early.
Overwhelmed early voting locations were the main topic of conversation at the Board of Elections weekly meeting today. Executive Director of the board, Michael Ryan, says due to increased demand, there will be expanded hours this Friday and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and this Sunday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Ryan also said more equipment and capacity was added to some early voting locations, but there were limits because of the pandemic.
We have to do it safely, and we have to do it while maintaining social distancing.
Even after several hours of this polling place being open, the line is still snaking through the neighborhood, going back that way and around the corner, all the way up here, and eventually ending up over here at the YMCA where people are voting. The mayor says he will get a specific plan to reform or outright get rid of the Board of Elections on Governor Cuomo's desk shortly. In Park Slope, Brooklyn, Henry Rossoff, Pix 11 News.